I'm Tammy. The cameraman is my husband, Chris. And good morning from Collard Valley Cooks. Today, I am making an old-fashioned way to make biscuits. That was my Maw Maw Howard's and my mama's. Y'all hardly ever see me make them this way, but I was just in the mood for them this morning because they're the best biscuit you can make to go with gravy besides a hoe cake. You can see that it's in my cookbook, and I even had one lady call me the other day and she said, "Did you mean a whole bag of flour to make these biscuits?" And I said, "Well, it don't take the whole bag of flour, but yes, they would dump a bag of flour in a large bowl." Now, my mama kept an old Tupperware bowl, and some of y'all know what I'm talking about. This is not quite the whole bag, but I think it's going to serve the purpose of what I'm going to show you today. I used this glass bowl just so that you guys could see what I'm doing better today. But Mama used one of those real big Tupperware bowls. They were about that wide. Some of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, and some of your mamas or mamas used the same thing too. Because back in that day, everybody had Tupperware. So you take the back of your hand and you press the flour against the sides and the bottom. So you get it in there tight so that it's not just poured in there, you pack it in there a little, okay? So once you get it packed in there, what they used to do is back in the day when women made biscuits every day, sometimes twice a day like my mama did, they had a bowl that they kept like this all the time. They never put it up. They put a lid on it. And then they got it out and they made biscuits in it again and again, and they would add flour as necessary. So you don't use all the flour in one recipe, but you continue to use the bowl and the flour over and over because you make so many biscuits. And all the women back then made that many biscuits. So I just wanted to show you the process of it. And in order to do that, I had to get out something and pack it in there so that y'all could see what I'm doing. Now, they would always use shortening. They would butter their pan. I mean, not butter. They would put shortening on the bottom of their pan. Now, today I'm using a thin pan because I want these to get done quicker since we're live. And I'm actually even going to cook them on a convection setting, which of course Mama didn't have, but that way I don't have to wait forever to get a biscuit. You want it to be about 500 degrees, 450 to 500 degrees. And all you do, and Mama usually uses sweet milk, which is regular milk, but I like buttermilk biscuits better. So that's what we're using today. So you get you a hunk of grease or shortening, like that. I might make a good mini biscuits today. I'm in the mood. And then you would add your milk. I'm going to put a little bit of baking soda in it because buttermilk is acidic and you want to put a little soda in biscuits if you use buttermilk. And then all you do is squish it. And a lot of people are like, "Oh my gosh." But they would just squish it in their hands just like this. This is how Mama made biscuits. So you don't have to cut the shortening into the flour. You just squeeze it, excuse me, you squeeze it in between your fingers like so. And that's how you incorporate it and get it into smaller pieces. And I'm going to add a little more milk. And really, back then, you just made as many biscuits as you wanted to make. So if you wanted a whole lot of biscuit, you'd use a little bit more shortening and a little bit more milk. And then once you do that, you start rolling it around in the bowl. My little man is over there getting in trouble. You start rolling it around in the bowl like this. And you can see how it's so smooth on the bottom because we packed it, okay? And you can keep doing it this way too if you want to. And you just do it until you think you got enough flour incorporated in it that you can roll a biscuit. Now see, I'm already running out of flour on the bottom because I didn't bring all my flour into this. Let me just use this side more. I didn't bring all my flour into this bowl for y'all this morning.
Now, some people did use lard, like there's some people asking about lard.
Oh, yeah, I have some lard on the counter, but I personally don't like the way it tastes. My mama didn't use it. All right, now that's about how you want them. I can put just a little bit more in it. So really it's you get it until it's kind of thick, okay? So you just keep squeezing it and getting the flour in there until it's kind of thick. Now, most women have told you your whole life, you can overwork a biscuit. Did you see how much I worked that biscuit? And I'm gonna tell you, these biscuits will be absolutely delicious. The thing about a rolled biscuit, the biggest difference is that it's puffy and soft like a roll. And I've got to wash off my hands because if I don't, then I can't roll the biscuit or they'll just stick to my hands. So once you get it about the right consistency, then you wash your hands off. And now we're going to roll our biscuits and put them in the pan. It's that simple. And this is how Maw Maw Howard, which is my mother's mother, and my mother made biscuits my entire life. And y'all don't see me make them this much. Make them like this. My sister makes them. This is the only way my sister makes them, period. But I cut mine out like my Granny Benefield did. So on one side of the family, they cut biscuits, and on one side of the family, they roll biscuits. And I cut them out just because it's quicker and, well, it's not really quicker. It's just that if you're not going to make biscuits all the time and you're not going to roll them all the time, there's no reason to have a bowl of flour like this. But I think my sister does, because this is how she makes biscuits all the time. Now you got to flour your hands a little. And these are soft and almost like little clouds, okay? So you take your thumb and you roll it and you roll it and you roll it and you roll it and you roll it. And now it's sticking to me. And you sit it down in the pan, and they would always take their little knuckles and poke on the top of them. And they're light, so they don't slice well to stuff, but boy, are they good to eat. Mama used to feed us rolled biscuits with spaghetti, and I thought it was the best thing in the universe. So if you want to make a lot of biscuits or a little bit of biscuits, it's just according to how much shortening milk you want to put in them. But you just roll them. And my mama was so good at it that every time she made the biscuits, she never had any crumbs in the bottom. Never. And I don't think I have hardly any in this.
Let them see how you pinch it off or whatever.
Oh, well, I already pinched this one, but I'll show them the next one. So look how I'm rolling. I go around, and as I go around, my thumb pokes the bottom of it and then turns it, pokes it, pokes it, turns it, pokes it, turns it, just like that. And that makes it roll, and it puts the crease on the bottom of the biscuit, and it makes the top of the biscuit look nice and smooth. So you just flour your hands, you reach down, you pinch off a piece. That one's going to be big. And then you roll it. So it takes a little bit more time. But, I mean, if I weren't describing this to y'all and I was just rolling like Mama did, it wouldn't take any more time than another, any different kind of biscuit. Not really. I'll do these faster, so y'all can see that it don't take forever when this is how you make your biscuits all the time. Well, I could have made that one a little bit bigger and this one a little less big. Done it now. That's the biggest biscuit. Put it on my edge because it'll get done quicker on my edge. That's all there is to it. Now, I didn't make a whole lot of biscuits today because it's just me and Amy and Chris, and there's just a few little pieces down in the bottom that weren't mixed in. So what they used to do back in the day is they would just take a little sieve or something before they make biscuits the next time. And if you're making biscuits twice a day, you don't even have to do this. You just, make your biscuits. And then you can just sift out and see how many crumbs you got. There you go. Before they start the next batch.
Did pretty good.
Yep. All right. So we're going to get these in the oven and start some ham. We still have ham from Christmas, and it's absolutely fine. There ain't nothing wrong with it. So we're going to fry it up in our iron skillet, and we're going to have a good breakfast. I remember my Maw Maw making ham. I really do. I remember her making these roll biscuits with ham, and she would make red-eye gravy, but nobody here likes it but me, so I'm not making it. And my Maw Maw made red-eye gravy with any kind of ham she had. She didn't have to have country ham. A lot of y'all think you got to have country ham, but you don't. Now, I am going to put a little butter in here with our ham. We are going to make some good old gravy in a minute. But first, we're going to get some of this ham in here. And I think I'll cut it a little bit. There ain't nothing better than a piece of ham with breakfast to me. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. And it's good fried in butter. Even if you buy those like ham steaks at the grocery store, it's good fried in butter. Some of this ham I could use in some beans because I've got it sliced kind of wonky. But you know how that is. There's one. We'll put one more in there. Right here. All right, let's turn it up a little bit. We're going to get this party started. It's going to be yummy. I'm going to put just a tiny bit more butter in there. Because it's good and because I can. All right. Now, let me rinse my hands off and we're going to make some gravy. This is going to go pretty quick. He has knocked over my plant completely. Chris, show them what he has done. Well, guys, we're in kind of a break for a second. He is getting into everything.
You are in trouble.
You are in trouble.
Lucky, where you going? He knows he's in trouble.
Big trouble.
Knock that over. Mm-hmm. In a lot of trouble. I have a glass top stove. What could I use instead of cast iron?
You can use cast iron on glass.
Well,
as long as you don't throw it down on there and as long as you don't slide it all around all the time. I used to use it on mine.
Most people say
it tells you not to.
I wouldn't if he says not to.
Tells you not to.
That's our official.
But personally, I use it.
That's our official.
I used to have one, and I used
because if you break your stove,
you can't blame me and want me to buy you one.
Yeah.
But I will say, you cannot.
She has done it.
You cannot replace cast iron with anything. You could see on my stove. Stove is cast iron. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cast iron skillets out. That's what I cook in the most. And you know what is so good about it is you will never, ever have to replace it. It is a versatile piece of cookware that cooks better than anything else. And you don't have to replace it. It's crazy not to buy it. Crazy not to buy it. Now, I personally, there's a certain kind that is my number one right now that I recommend. Absolute number one. And that is a Lodge. It's called Black Lock. BLACK It costs more, but it's lighter in weight. This is a Black Lock skillet. I only have one because they're really expensive. I also like this, which is not made in America, and it's called Cook Life. And I like it because when you get it brand new, it is slick as a baby's butt, just like old cast iron skillet is that you've had for 20 years. And so I really like this one. I've got grease down in the bottom of it. But I like this one too. This is a good brand, but this skillet's $99.
Is it
But
light?
now, is it what?
Light?
Yeah, it's lightweight as well.
Okay.
You can tell by the way I picked that one up compared to this one is heavier than that one. This one's large and it's heavier. This one is an old skillet, and see how slick it is on the bottom? That's why I like that Cook's Life brand. And now they make different brands, and you could spend $300 on a skillet that's cast iron if you get something like Saab, I believe it's called, or all those name brand pots and stuff, La Creuset and stuff like that. But I mean, they all cook primarily the same.
Or La Creuset, if you're in
The
France.
only reason I suggest you get Black Lock is because I like it. It has a pour spout. It has a handle here and here, so that if you're older, it's easier to pick it up two-handled if you need to, and it's lighter in weight than the Lodge, the regular Lodge. This is made by Lodge. This one is, but it's lighter weight.
Do they make them in Tennessee like all their other ones? I guess they do, don't they?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. South Pittsburgh, Tennessee.
Yep. But I'm a cast iron woman. I've always loved it. You just can't beat it. You just can't beat it. Now today I'm making shortening gravy because that's what my mama and my mom made. They didn't use butter in their gravy. They used shortening. And when I bite into my biscuit today, it's going to be a trip down memory lane because we have got to where all we use is butter in it. And it tastes good. It's delicious. But you know what? I was raised eating gravy with shortening. So that's what we're doing today. Going back to our roots today, cooking like our mamas did. So you put your shortening in there. It's good and hot. That's probably plenty of shortening. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to use a 3-cup recipe. It's usually about a half cup to a half cup. You just equal parts flour to parts shortening when you make gravy. Let me get my gravy whisk, baby. Now, I like my ham to get nice and brown, so that's why I'm letting it get brown, if you're wondering. It's my gravy whisk. Here you go. Before I burn my gravy. Y'all, I cook on high. That's just how I am. Chris said some people were, when I made those brats the other night. But I don't like to wait all day to eat. I have to say, I don't. You want it to be kind of pasty a little bit, but not so pasty that you can't. Here, let me put the salt and pepper in it right quick. Salt and pepper and milk. And there we have it. Salt, pepper, and milk. Now, once that heats up, it's going to thicken pretty quick, y'all. It'll be good. I'm going to add just a little bit more salt and pepper to it. We need to look at the biscuits because I got them up high. Got them up high. Let me look at them on the bottom. I got them in a thinner pan than I usually cook them in. So I don't want them to get too brown on the bottom. And they are getting brown on the bottom. This oven is, let me push them all the way back. I don't know why, but this side of my oven cooks the quickest, the brownest. They're going to get pretty brown on the bottom.
You can flip them over, okay?
I could put them on broil.
But they wouldn't be as pretty, would
I'll
they?
put them on broil. Oh, wait, I did the wrong thing. We just got to watch them. Because they're pretty far down in the oven. My oven, what do you call it? Thing that,
Fan?
no, the thing that this
Oh,
food sits
the
on, rack.
rack, yeah.
My oven rack is still down low from making my turkey at Thanksgiving. I just leave it down there most of the time and don't even move it back up. This is an easy, quick breakfast, y'all, and I hope y'all are enjoying cooking like our mamas did. This is real old-fashioned cooking with shortening. Now, I know some of y'all was like, well, it needs to be lard, but now my mama didn't use lard, and neither did my Maw Maw, and neither did my granny. Now, Chris has had one Maw Maw that did, but I didn't.
This is
And we even had our own hogs, and we didn't use it.
this is happening over here.
Happening. Happening. Don't look like it's going to get very thick, does it?
Nope. Had a lot of grease.
Oh, it'll be fine. By the time we eat it, it'll be thicker. Once it cools a little bit. Let's pour it up, y'all. Gravy. It smells just like Mama's.
Look there. Mm. Mm.
And I do like my stainless steel sink because I can put stuff like this in it. And everybody's probably thinking, oh my God, don't do that to that skillet. The skillet's old as the hills. All right. Let's see how our biscuits look. Come on, brown for me. Y'all, we're going to eat. Now, when I bend over, this microphone probably don't sound the best. I'm still in my gown because this is breakfast and that's how everybody cooked. Oh, I got to make eggs. What am I thinking?
You're thinking you got to make eggs. That's what you're thinking.
Lord mercy. I was just thinking I was done.
Hmm.
I was. Can I just make them in this, Chris?
You can try. Go for it. They won't stick in there?
No. If they do, it ain't gonna hurt them a little bit. This is a new skillet, so hopefully they won't.
Okay.
Okay. It's gonna take them a minute because they're so far down in the bottom. All right, we're gonna add a little butter and scramble us up an egg right quick. And I've already got that turned off, so it should be fine while I crack my eggs. Chris had gotten the eggs yesterday, y'all. And he just laid them on the counter over here instead of putting them on the rack. And the baby, because he's getting into everything, at night, in the middle of the night, he knocked them off in the floor. Can't watch him 24/7. Now look, he gets in trouble if he gets up here during the day. We've got those new baby chickens have grown up and we now have a rooster. One of them was a rooster. Well, two of them are olive layers. And this is her first egg from the olive layers. They're little yellow chickens. And they're tiny little chickens. They're not very big, are they, Chris?
No, they're not.
Grown. They're full grown, but they're not very big. But they're olive eggers, okay? That's their first one. And we had one last night that was more olive than this. This one's kind of speckled olive. The one that she laid yesterday was more solid olive. This was her first lay, okay? Her first egg ever. And he knocked it off. And it's in here because it didn't crack, believe it or not, all the way. They got a good shell on them. They're hard. Nice and hard. But look how little the little yolks are.
Yeah, like a quail egg or something.
Yeah.
Our little quails.
Now, we're not getting as many eggs this time of year because they slow down this time of year. All right, those biscuits are done.
Okay.
All right, all we gotta do is our eggs, and then we're gonna eat, y'all. Eat. Whoa,
There they are.
oh, I got two brown.
Just
I
sit
guess
them on
I'll
top
just
of
sit them
that.
right here. I want them to be able to see them.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, when I scramble eggs, I don't add milk to them. And I know a lot of y'all like it like that. I tell y'all that every time I make them. Some of y'all probably think, why does she keep saying that? Because sometimes we have new viewers and they don't know. They're probably like, that woman just, but look, this is how we made our eggs. We grew up on a farm. We had all the chicken in the world. We had all the eggs in the world. So we never tried to make them go further because we had enough that, good Lord, Mama would cook 12 eggs a day. Now, I'm not exaggerating. She would use 12 eggs a day. Probably. Without fail. By the time the day was over, she cooked everything. She cooked everything and fed all of us. I look back at it now and I think, you know what? She was a good mama because she did cook a lot of food. And all she did is cook and clean, and wash clothes. Cook and clean, wash clothes. But I do have to say, you know what else she did? She watched soap operas. She watched her soap operas during the day.
That is scandalous.
And so in the summer, when we were out of school, we would have to, here, I'm going to put a little butter on these, Chris. We would have to go outside when she was watching her soap operas and find something to do.
Go outside in the rain.
It wasn't raining most of the time. If it was, we'd just go to the barn or whatever.
Go in the carport when it rains.
Go to the barn.
Yeah.
All right, I need to stir them up. I did turn off the oven. Y'all hardly ever see me make eggs in an iron skillet, but you can. I just don't do it much. But I like ham. I like drippings off ham. I wouldn't do this if it were bacon. I might do it if it's sausage, but I won't do it if I will not do it if it's bacon. I'm not a big bacon grease person like a lot of Southern cooks are. All right, that's it. Breakfast is subbed. Now you don't want them to get too dried out, so I'm gonna put them in here because this ain't as hot as this is. I'm gonna wash it anyway. There it goes. Breakfast. Let's put it over here on the counter. And of course our gravy and our biscuits. And I don't know if I got scrambled eggs in there or not, but I probably do. It's all in the recipe book. Let's have a plate. Put these out on the table.
Had to sneeze. I guess I got that last dose of pepper in my nose.
Oh. And we got gravy, and it's thin, but it'll be good. It's better, I'd rather have it thin than thick, too thick.
That's what that biscuit's for. Soak up that gravy.
Yep. All right, y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's make us a plate with our rolled biscuit. I'm going to show you how soft these are. All right. Ham. See it? It is super soft. Now, if you like a crunchy biscuit, you need to flip them upside down so they get crunchier on the bottom. But if you like a soft biscuit, don't flip them upside down. They sweat a little bit, and then they're really soft, okay?
She means after you get them out of the oven. Yeah, you can flip them over.
And usually when we ate Mama's biscuits, we didn't crumble them up. We just halved them because they're so soft. If a biscuit is crunchier, it's better to crumble it up to put gravy on it. But if a biscuit is soft like this, you don't have to crumble it. I got to sneeze too from that pepper. Excuse me.
And
Excuse me. I'm
and there's
sorry.
no layers like in this kind of biscuit, like it is in the cutout biscuit. There's layers,
Yeah, it's more just soft and
like a roll.
puffy.
Yeah.
Puffy. Not really like a roll because it's a different texture. But I mean, it is softer like a roll.
Yeah.
There's breakfast. Looks good, don't it, y'all?
Mhm.
Now I got to sneeze again. Excuse me. My goodness. All right. Breakfast is served. Let's get a bite. Go down memory lane this morning, having some ham with rolled biscuits. It's just like being at Maw Maw's house. Can I tell them a funny story?
Not if it's the one I'm thinking you're going to
I
tell them.
want to tell them, Chris. People know how to have fun.
No.
Okay.
If y'all knew the story, y'all would understand why I'm
Well, I
saying
can
no.
say it about the sugar.
I,
Papa asked Mama for sugar at the table. And back then they had, I'll never forget it. They had dinnerware that was brown and with a light brown at the top and like they're making some like them now. I don't know what they were called, but they had the whole set and it had the coffee creamer and sugar and everything. He asked her to get him some sugar for his coffee and we were all sitting at the table when we were little. And she said, there's you some sugar.
Mhm.
And he didn't like it very much because he was a preacher. And we thought it was so funny. All right. So funny how you remember stuff like that and it never leaves your mind. Never leaves it. So she was cutting up and we remembered it. I didn't taste this to see if it had enough salt and pepper. It don't, but it's still good. It tastes just like Mama's gravy. Just the difference in it being shortening and butter makes all the difference in the world. My goodness, that's delicious. I mean, delicious to me. Now, if you grew up eating butter gravy, you want it to have butter in it. If you grew up eating lard in it, you want it to have lard in it. But I grew up like this, and it's just absolutely delicious to me. Woo, that's a good biscuit and gravy. And I hope y'all enjoy your wonderful weekend. We thank you for watching us, Cooking Like Mama Did, and we'll see you next time. Let me know if your mama rolled your biscuits. Bye, y'all. Love ya.